Hello, quick introduction to the video. My name is Cameron. I'm a graduate apprentice software engineer currently studying at Glasgow University, and I'm using this video as a way to sort of rubber ducky debug a LeetCode problem, just attempt to solve it, talk through my thought process, and hopefully it's useful to someone watching this. So the problem I'm going to be attempting today is problem 2103, rings and rods. So I'm going to read out the spec here. There are n rings and each ring is either red, green or blue. The rings are distributed across 10 rods labelled 0 through 9. You're given a string of rings of length 2n that describes the n rings that are placed onto the rods. Every two characters in rings forms a colour position pair that is used to describe each ring, where this first character of the ith pair denotes the ith ring's colour, R, G or B. The second character of the ith pair denotes the rod that the ith ring is placed on, 0 through 9. For example, R3G2B1 describes n is equal to 3 rings. A red ring is placed onto the rod labelled 3, a green ring placed onto the rod labelled 2, and a blue ring placed onto rod number 1. And then you have to return the number of rods which have all three colours of rings on them. So, here, like B0, that means that blue goes onto 0. B6, that means the blue goes on to 6, G0, green goes on to 0, so on and so forth. And from this you can see that this is the only 0 is the only one that has all three on it, so you return 1, because there's only one rod that has all three rings. Yeah, thus the number of rods with all three rings is 3 colours is 1. Okay, constraints. The only constraints we've got here is, right, so the ones we've got is rings.length is equal to 2n, 2 times n. N is between 1 and 1000, meaning that there's going to be at most 50 rings. Rings I, where I is even, is either R, G or B, and where I is odd, it'll be a digit 0 through 9, 0 indexed. So that's just saying that it's going to alternate between a letter and a number. So what I'm going to do is just take the input, copy it, put it into my notes, and I'll just talk through some ideas. So the input is this here. So I think we need to iterate through the whole string. So iterate through the string. Take current index as color. Current and the next index as position. Okay. What else do we need? We need something to hold how many rings each, the amount of rings each rod has, and what colors it has as well. So you'd have a, maybe have like a list, like a 2D array maybe. So it would be a list of rings, or no, a list of rods. So a list of, let's say 9 rods. So it'd be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth. But in this there would also be 3 values, so it would be like 0, start off and instantiated as 0, 0, 0. And then this could be like R, G, B. So you start off with B, 0. So you would go to there'd be like 9 of these. So it'd be like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It'd be like this. Then you go B0, and then that would go to the 0th ring, and it would be B, which is here. So this will get incremented, so we go from 0 to 1. And then you go iterate through all of these, basically. Take current index as color, next as position. Use this to increment increment the amount on the rod amount by increase just gonna put some there, so we'll say rings underscore rods. This is going to be rings underscore rods. Rings underscore rods. I is going to be equal to rod. Rings underscore rods. I 0. Oh. I'm just going to escape these. I0 is going to be equal to red, and then the other two red, and then at index 1 it's going to be green, and at index 2 it's going to be blue, RGB. Increase the amount in rings underscore rods. Then what you can do is, once you've iterated through the string, you can then iterate through rings rods, check if each rod has at least one in each index, red, green and blue. Return if a rod does increment output by 1, and then we're gonna return output. Okay, so based on this, I'm just gonna try and write the code for this. So gonna copy paste all these notes in here. I can probably take this line straight out and just copy paste it. So this is going to be our rings and rods. Then we're going to say going to iterate through the string. So for character and length of in range, length of string, then we can do string character, or what we're gonna do, we're gonna say the current index is the color, so color is equal to this, and the position is going to be equal to character plus 1 because it's the next index. Okay. Then what we're going to do is think we should probably have some sort of dictionary to hold. Um, it's capitals, isn't it? R is going to be equal to 0. G is going to be equal to 1. B is going to be equal to 2. Okay. It's going to be equal to colors. I'm just going to call this color underscore map. Color underscore map at index. This index, okay. And then we're going to do, we can actually just to make it a bit more readable, gonna not do it as a one-liner, do rings underscore rods at index position and then color plus equals 1. Yep. Then next we need to iterate through rings and rods, or not rings, yeah, iterate through rings and rods. So for ring or rod in rings underscore rods, and then we're going to say for color and ring, or for a color and rod, we're going to say if rod or if color is not equal 0, if color is not equal to 0, what can we say? We'll say like full, or we'll just say all underscore colors is equal to, if it's not equal to 0, or we're going to say if it is equal to 0, all colors is equal to false. So we'll say all underscore, we're going to just assume it's true at the beginning. And then if it comes across 1, then it'll be equal to false. So once it's looped all the colors, it will say if all underscore colors is equal to true. And we're going to increment output by 1. We need to define output up here as well. And then finally, we're going to return output. Hit run. That is going to run first try, okay. Type module has no len. String, yeah, there's no string. It is rings underscore rods that we want to find the length of. Module object is not subscriptable. This is on line 12. Color is equal to color underscore map, yep, at index. Let's print. Let's print the character, or print String character. Oh wait, it's not string because it's rings underscore rods. Yep. Let's run this. So nope, it's rings. Sorry, the rings underscore rods, the variable that I made, so it's rings. Rings. Yep. Rings. Yep. Okay. So yeah, that is right. Error we're getting here is tuple indices must be integers, slices, not string. Hmm. Let's try printing this. This should be like a. This is BRGB, so this should print. Should print 2, 0, 1, 2, so yeah, B is 2. Just taking its time to run. Let's see, so color map at index rings a character, so this will just evaluate to B. Yep, that will find B in the color map, which is 2. This will be equal to 2. So color equal to, and this will be equal to rings character plus 1. So it's going to be 0. So this is going to go to index 1, 0, 1. When position is, it was 0. So this will go position 0 and then color 2. It's got incremented by 1. I'm going to copy all this and restart the page because it doesn't look like it's responding. Can I try running this again? So, yeah, it does equate to 2. Type tuple indices must be integers or slices, not string. Oh, I think I know why. This is initially it's a string that you're given, so for the position it needs to be casted to an integer. Yep, that should work, or at least this part should. Key error 0. Oh, so we need to step by 2 each time. So we want to go from 0 to the length of rings, but not including the length of rings, minus 1, and we want to go up in steps of 2. Minus 2 maybe? No, it should be minus 1. Tuple index out of range. Right here I'm going to print color, or we're going to print position, comma color. Let's see. So we got 0 to 6 to blah blah blah. Ah, that's why. Because it's 0 indexed, you're trying to go to position 9. but that doesn't exist. So you have to do position -1. And that should remove any out of range errors we get. Okay, these top 3 cases are accepted. Let's submit this and hope for the best. Wrong answer on one of these. So it passed 48 out of 66 test cases. Let's use this test case. Oh. Let's see. Is the logic right for this? If the amount of colours is equal to 0, all colours is equal to false. Yeah. So we got the output is 1 but the expected is 0. So we got G. Oh, looks like my camera's just cut out there. Back. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's... Right, so output is 1, expected is 0. Let's add this print statement back in. And we'll also print out rings and rods as well, to see why it might be doing this. Okay, so there is one where each index is filled out. So that's index number 8, so the 9th rod. So we got, let's go through this. We got R9, G9, 9, 9. Wait, there's no other one that has 9 on it. Let's read the description again. Seems to work for all of these. But yeah, for these, so you got how many with 9? We got 1, 2. So it shouldn't be putting any more than 2 in. Let's check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 14 here. I'm just not quite sure why there's so many at this index. So 6, 6, 0, 1, 0, 6, 7, 2, 6, 9, 9. And it's definitely, is it incrementing the right one? So at position -1. Let's manually go through this. Six G. So this is 6, then 6, then 0, 0, 6, 7 2 6 9 0 9 1 5. So it's, yeah, it's the right positions there. Yeah, and then so position will be the first parameter here. So go to rings at position, let's say 6, and go to this index within that ring, increment it by 1, so that should be working, but it's not for some reason. Bit stumped here. It is getting the right positions. So, like for instance, G is 1, B is 2, G is 1, B is 1, or no, B is 2, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 G's, which are ones in a row, then it goes to R, so it is getting the right one, but when we're going to rings underscore rods, position -1, yeah, it's just not doing it correctly. So for instance, this is what, 0, 1, 2, 3, or we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there should be a couple of 6 ones. So that there's 3 6 ones. 6 1, 6 1. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got 1, 9, 1 here. So we got, that's 1, that's 2. Why there's any more than that, I'm not sure. Hmm. Rings underscore rods. I'm gonna just print this instead. Every loop. To try and we can print these up both out to try and get to the bottom of this. Must be some reason that it's doing this. So it's on the fourth one. So 1, 2, 3. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. and it goes to 1, 1. Oh, I think I see what's happening, do I? I see what's happening. So there's ones that have, so it's 0 through 9. So there's actually 10. So what's happening is there's ones that index 0, but then I say, oh, go to index 0 minus 1. So it goes to index minus 1, which is this one here. It loops back around. So we actually need another one of these. One of these 0, 0, zeros. And we don't need to do position minus 1 because it's already 0 indexed. Let's run this once more. Test case passes, hit submit, and hopefully accepted. So, thank you very much for watching that video. I hope it was useful to you in some way, shape or form. If it was, please let me know, leave a comment. And if there was some other solution that you found to this which was maybe a bit more efficient or simple, please let me know. I love discussing these problems and their solutions. So, yep, thank you once again for watching the video, and I hope you have a great day.